Hello guys, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to Mwelu channel again, and I thank you for always coming back to watch my videos and show support and love. Today is on a Tuesday guys, and we are out at the historical dockyard Portsmouth, and today's vlog will be covering the National Museum of Royal Navy. So this is the door, that is the entrance, and we're gonna go in there and see the National Museum Royal Navy. So guys, let's go and explore. Let's go and see what the museum has for us. As you can see, that is the entrance door. And that is what it is. So navigate to the dockyard, National Museum of the Royal Navy Galleries, Storehouse 12, Special Exhibition Gallery, and of course toilets. And these are all the things you can find in a Portsmouth historical dockyard. I think that's black sign there. But yes, let's go in here and explore. So this is the entrance guys, and as usual it's a gift shop, but first let's go and explore the gallery. Thank you. So guys, this is the gallery of the Royal Navy Museum, National Royal Navy Museum. Nelson souvenirs. Oh, there is some classic music background. I don't know whether that will give us a copyright. And I'm gonna read this bit here for you. Nelson was very popular. Everyone wanted to buy something to remind them of him. Many thousands of different souvenirs items were produced. Some were very beautiful and expensive. Some were cheap and trashy. The name of this type of material is Nelsoniana. Many of the pieces displayed here are now available collector's items. Souvenirs of Nelson are still best sellers today. If you wish, you can buy your own piece of modern Nelsoniana in the museum shop. And that is Nelson souvenir. Yeah, please feel free to touch this object, which is that one. And what is the object? What did Nelson look like? This is a modern sculpture of Nelson's head, created by Dick Beach especially for this exhibition. It is based on the latest research into Nelson's appearance, most of it carried out at this museum, so it is the closest we can get to an exact likeness. It was used as the basis for the face of the wax figure of Nelson displayed at the other end of the gallery. So that is Nelson himself. And yes, we had a few, thank you. So we continue guys. This is the gallery of the Royal Navy National Museum. there are all these antique stuff. So multi-purpose Admiral jug. In order to save time and money, one porter recycled an earlier jug commemorating Admiral Sir George Rodney's victory at the Saints in 1782. He simply painted Nelson's name on the hat, but the face was still Rodney's. So that's Nelson's. It's all Nelson. The portraits, the plates, got his photo on it. And there is all these very old copper coins. That is quite bright, and it's a massive drawing. That figure must be Nelson. The monuments.
No wonder then that every Trafalgar Day, the Royal Navy still pays homage to the immortal memory.
Prints of Nelson's battles. Nelson lived in the days before photography and film. The only way in which his battles could be portrayed was in paintings. These were usually large and expensive and took a long time to produce, so only a few wealthy people could own or see them. But many people wanted a memento of Nelson's battles, so to meet the popular demand, special prints were created. Careful drawings were made of the original paintings. These were then engraved onto a metal plate, which could be used to produce many hundreds of copies. This cabinet contains a number of examples of such engravings. As you will see, some of them have been colored by hand with the watercolors. So yes, because Nelson's time there were no photographic technology or filming, so memories were kept by drawing, and I think that's what that showed us. So guys, this is all about history of Nelson in this gallery. Shew me my foes, brave Nelson cried. And there is Nelson on film, Nelson on film. Over 20 films have been made about Nelson. Most of them have concentrated on the Battle of Trafalgar and his relationship with Emma Hamilton. This video features brief extracts from 3 key Nelson's films. Nelson 1918, Donald Galthorpe as Nelson. So those are all the names of the actors. But that's what it is saying. So guys, let's continue. It seems like in every window you find this drawing on a form of a blind curtain, and which is nice. So another picture there of Nelson. Nelson is there, and that person is honoring him. The immortal memory. Okay, Nelson was so special that people still remember him today. Towns, mountains, and rivers have been named after him all over the world. Over 1,000 books have been written about him. More than 20 films and TV programs have been made about his life. There are even Nelson websites on the internet. Every year, on 21st October, Trafalgar Day, a religious service is held in his ship, HMS Victory. Tributes are paid on Nelson and to the men who served with him at the Battle of Trafalgar. In the evening, a formal dinner takes place in Nelson's dining cabin in HMS Victory. At the end, a special toast is always drunk, the immortal memory. The immortal memory, one of Nelson's old sailors, salutes a bust of his admiral on Trafalgar Day. Around the neck of the bust is a laurel wreath, a sign of victory. Each year on Trafalgar Day, a similar wreath is placed around the bust of Nelson in this gallery. So yeah, Nelson, he is very famous, and he was a very important man in England. So this is all the heads of Nelson. And see all these trophies, they are glassy trophies with the Nelson's head, and they look very cute as well. And that's Nelson ships. We have been to the Victory and followed a lot of Nelson history. Wow. So this big frame photo here is like, you know, protected. There is that red string which has some little posts that you cannot go close to it. And let's see if you can see properly how it looks like. That's what it is. And what does it say? Presented by Admiral of the Fleet Sir James Hope, GCB 1808 to 1881. So you can imagine how old this one it is. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, somebody there is on a sick bed, something like that. But it could be Nelson. Yeah, it's Nelson. The death of Nelson, 21st October 1805, Arthur William Davis, 1762 to 1822, oil on canvas. The sense is the cockpit on the orlop deck of HMS Victory as Nelson lay mortally wounded during the Battle of Trafalgar, 21st, 1905. He died at 4:30 p.m. at Fund, conserved with the Art Fund support in 2021. Okay, yeah. Yes. So guys, this is just a gallery. We will soon head to the museum room. Yeah, beautiful things like, you know, photos album. Look very classic and very old. That old mug there is a kind of a frog in it. How did the frog get in there? I don't know. Creamware frog mug. All right. Yeah, the frog is a part of the cup inside. Oh goodness. An early 19th century practical joke. As the contents of the mug are drained, a frog suddenly appears to surprise the drinker. I would run away. Okay, that is Nelson himself. That's a nice portrait there. Lily McCarthy and her collections. A colored Parian-ware bust of Lord Nelson by Josiah Pitts, 1853, after a portrait by John Wichella.
Horatio Nelson is one of Britain's great warriors. Worshipped in his own lifetime, he's still popular today, 200 years after his death. He was sick and damaged by a lifetime of war. But he was also a brave and brilliant leader who saved Britain.
So the background is somewhere where you can sit down and watch Lord Nelson's film.
To uncover the real Nelson, he was to search hard through the clues that history has left us. Over 40 portraits were painted of Nelson during his lifetime. Each offers us a different view of his character.
Yeah, so these windows, they have these canvases in with the different drawings. Yeah, they don't all look the same. Kiss Me Handy. All was it kismet. Some colorful models in there. Very colorful. Yeah, all have something to do with the Lord Nelson. For example, that one, you can see his face there, even in that jar. So this objects here, they all have numbers. For example, that plate is number 2. So that plate number 2 is portrait plate with the transfer depicting the mourning of the death of Nelson. That one. So where is number 1? Because that's number 2 there. 3, 4. So number 1 will be somewhere else. How weird is it? Okay, number 1 is that scared sacred something memory of Nelson stain. Okay, probably we can read. Number 1 is silk embroidered picture by Charlotte Wright, commemorating the death of Nelson 1806. All right, that's what that it is. Number 3 is over there, that little black with like a meadow in the middle. That's number 3, and that's number 4. So number 3 there is morning rocket with the painting on ivory commemorating the death of Nelson. Okay, yeah, they are badge. And number 4 is the one on the front there. It says issued by the Oddfellows Lodge of Lumley Green, Shropshire, commemorating the death of Nelson. And where is number 5? So, okay, number 5 is the fan up there on top of those figures of people. That fan, the one you use to blow your face when you're really hot. And the fan is number 5, the new Trafalgar fan, commemorating the Battle of Trafalgar and the death of Nelson. And number 6 is the figures. There are 3 different figures there under the fan, and they say Staffordshire portrait groups depicting the death of Nelson, all 1845. Number 7 is this ball here, blue and white portrait ball with the transfer commemorating the death of Nelson. And of course, this in the middle here is a pot, it's number 8, blue and white portrait fruit dish. It's a fruit dish with the transfer depicting the death of Nelson. Number 9 is the bowl there, and what is it? It's a blue and white portrait bowl with the transfer commemorating the death of Nelson. Number 10 is that jug behind the bowl. So yes, number 10 is small blue and white portrait jug with the transfer commemorating the death of Nelson. And so on and so on. Number 11, made from a meadow designed by Peter Wilson, commemorating the death of Nelson. Number 12, Bristol animals boxes. That is those there around. Number 13 is here, brass box with the design featuring a sailor weeping at Nelson's tomb. And that is it, guys. They all go on and on. Glass pictures, yeah. And please feel free to touch this object. It's again a face of Nelson, just like that. And what does it? What did Nelson look like? This is a copy of a mask of Nelson's face. The original is on display at the other end of the gallery. For many years, it was believed to be a death mask, but modern research has established that, in fact, it was taken from Nelson's live face in Vienna in 1800. So we have been able to use it as a model for the face of the wax figure of Nelson, specially created for this exhibition. Guys, so let's go around and see. I won't be reading a lot now. We just have to see what is in the gallery. There is a ball here going round, moving around on its own. That is very cute. Battle of Copenhagen, 2nd April 1801. The London Gazette, extraordinary. Oh. So the number of this bull going around is number 1. So we can probably say Royal Copenhagen porcelain bull, presented to all the Danish captains who commanded ships at the Battle of Copenhagen. Oh, so this bull is Danish, which means Denmark, and probably all those things in there. Guys, this is all inside the gallery of the Royal National Museum of the Royal Navy. Battle of Trafalgar, 21st October 1805. So, and that is the man.
The most unfeigned anxiety for your happiness, and the sincerest determination to promote your felicity, even at hazard of my life.
Now, my own dear wife, for such you are in my eyes and in the face of heaven, you know there's nothing in this world that I would not do for us to be lived together and to have our dear little child with us. You, my beloved Emma, and my country are the two dearest objects of my fond heart, a heart susceptible and true. My longing for you, both person and conversation, you may readily imagine. What must be my sensations at the idea of sleeping with you? It sets me on fire, even the thought. Much more would be the reality. My heart, person, and mind are in perfect union of love towards my own dear beloved Emma. My love, my darling angel, my heaven-given wife.
Oh, that's enough. It's a lot of letters to listen, but don't they sound very nice?
Whilst I am free, with talent, delight, adoring him, loving him beyond this world.
That looks like a sword. Pretty colors though. Beautiful.
My mind was taken with glory. My heart beat high with his great deeds, and I never...
So guys, we yet have to go to the museum itself. Wow. It's a lot to take in here. Yeah, special things just, you know, locked in there. Locked. It looks like jewelries. Oh, there's a ring. There are 2 rings actually, and another 1 ring there. This could be Nelson's and his wife's rings. So the longitude found, a textbook, Nelson's visiting card, Nelson's watch and toothpick, Nelson's hair. Wow. Okay. What does the Nelson's hair say? After he died on board HMS Victory, all the Nelson's hair was cut off. Most of it was given to Emma Hamilton, but some was distributed among his friends. This was a common custom at the time. Some of the hair was made into special souvenirs. Smaller pieces were placed in memorial rings. These are the most intimate and personal of all the Nelson relics. All right, so in those rings, there might be hair inside of Lord Nelson. So guys, let's go and enter the museum and have a look. We have been here, it's a lot to take in. So let's keep moving. It's a very quiet gallery, but of course full of history and memory, mostly of the Lord Sir Nelson. So we are back to the souvenir shop and we're gonna go through here and enter the museum. Hello. Are you the volunteer?
No.
You found the umbrella?
Yes.
So guys, now in here we are in the museum itself. So let's explore. And of course, in this building you have washrooms, and they are suitable for everybody, even for those who are on a wheelchair. And those are kind of information about it. Yeah. It's even there for women. The hotter the war, the sooner the peace. The Navy in action. The popular image of the sailing Navy in action is of a large naval battle with big ships attacking each other with their cannon. Throughout the 18th century, Britain fought less than 50 large-scale battles, but there were many hundreds of smaller-scale actions. These were often not as famous, but just as important. Sailors sometimes fought on land supporting the army or grouped on their own in naval brigades. They would also use smaller boats to attack other ships or raid enemy ports. Fighting was not the only job for the Royal Navy. Sailors also took part in scientific expeditions. These expeditions mapped the seas and countries previously known to the people of Western Europe. All right, guys. The Navy in action, HMS Bonne, Citoyen, and the French frigate La Flecha in action, 6th July 1809. There's a barrel there, a drink barrel, all models of ship. And there are some people inside the Navy. Is the fight against the slavers. This model shows a typical battle in the Royal Navy's a long fight against the trade in slaves. A British ship patrolling off the coast of Africa has cornered a ship carrying slaves. At first, the slaves tried to fool their opponents by hoisting false flags. When this did not work, they tried to escape. It is 1835. A lucky shot has brought down a sail. This has slowed them down and allowed the British to catch up. Now the British crew is boarding and a bloody hand-to-hand battle has begun. So, this is what it is and how horrific that is. Right, guys, let's see. Figurehead of HMS Illustrious. So that is a ship figurehead of HMS Illustrious.
In such conditions, good food and the company of messmates was important to sailors.
Englishmen and more especially seamen love their bellies above anything else. Samuel Pepys, 1686, feeding the sailing navy. The navy needed crews who were well fed and healthy. Sailors had to be strong and fit to do their daily work. Poor food might lead to immunity or to disease like scurvy. In theory, the sailors' diet was generous. Every day there was rib of biscuits, 8 pints of beer, and either beef, pork, or cheese. The meals were dull but were hot and rich in energy. The sailors often had better food than their families ate ashore. So that's a picture of them eating. There's another